Assessing Pakistan's development. Health, education, literacy show progress. Economic development must be sustainable, participatory, envir- environmentally responsible, and distributive. Pakistan's development journey can be divided into 5 decades or 5 epochs. Decade of development, Islamic socialism, opening of middle class. 1947 to 1958. Main concern was survival, refugee problem. Korean War helped Pakistan industry to grow a bit. 1958 to 1968, a decade of development but with increasing disparities. 1971 to 1977, bad luck years. Developed downward growth, crop failure, cotton crop pest attacks. 1977 to 1988, middle class income remittances. 1988 onward, structural adjustment, IMF program, selling SOEs, inflation. Many IMF deals were made by unelected caretaker governments. Pakistan became aid dependent. Other used aids for capacity building, but Pakistan aid was squandered. Indicators of failure: illiteracy, poor health and sanitation, water, malnutrition. With greater globalization, agriculture sector is indispensable to country's economic growth, food security, employment generation, and poverty alleviation, particularly at rural levels. In Pakistan, agriculture contributes 19% to the GDP and 38.5% of labor force. 60 to 70% of the population is indirectly related to agriculture. Agro growth is contained by shrinking of arable land, climate change, water shortage, and rapid urbanization. Increasing productivity thereof requires adopting of new agendas with strong forward and backward linkages. It can play a pivotal role to spur economic growth. However, the sector remains prone to many challenges like climate change, variance in temperature, water shortage, challenges and patterns of precipitation. Ministry of National Food Security and Research, Agriculture has given Agricultural Transformation Plan. NAEP, National Agri Emergency Program, has seen 5 sectors for reform: seed sector, cotton revival, olive farming, oilseed farming, and credit access, crop zoning, land consolidation, organizing farming and value chains. Pakistan has two crops, Kharif and Rabi. The major Kharif crops are rice, sugarcane, and maize. Sugarcane production raised from raised to 81 million ton. Rice production also raised 8.4 million ton. Cotton crop declined by 22%. Wheat crop also raised 27 million ton. Water availability in Pakistan is 103.5 million acre feet. Sugar is the second largest agro industry after textile. The largest area of Pakistan has wheat cultivation, second is rice cultivation, third is cotton, fourth is maize, and fifth is sugarcane. Rice is the major exportable commodity after cotton. Edible oil imports. Pakistan imports $3.5 billion worth of edible oil, while local production is only 0.3 million tons. 3 million tons is imported. Seed subsidy on oil sector. Canal headworks withdrawal in Pakistan is only 65 million acre feet. Other water is all wasted. Present water storage capacity of Pakistan is 13 million acre feet for 30 days. The Amir and Mohammed Dam will add 8 million acre feet in them. Livestock. 60% of agri income comes from livestock, and livestock accounts for 11% of Pakistan's total GDP. Pakistan is 11th largest poultry producer. Education. Education being the fundamental human right stands most important element in evolution of human progress and nation development. It develops capabilities to fight against injustice, violence, corruption, and many other social evils. Sustainable socio-economic development of a country depends on substantial investment in human capital through education and skill development. Educated people work as an effective tool in accepting and adopting innovative ideas and means of productivity, ensuring the elimination of economic and social ailments. Further, it is a dividend. It brings social economic progress as well as prosperity in the country. An educated and skilled nation is productive enough to accelerate economic growth through expanded vision, creativity, and innovations in the country. The UNDP report, Pakistan ranks 154th in HDI rank out of 189 countries. Literacy rate in regional comparison of Pakistan, Sri Lanka has 91%, India 75%, Bangladesh 74%, and Pakistan on 60%. Government agenda SDG number 4, quality education, which stipulate equitable education, removal of discrimination, upgradation of infrastructure, skill development for sustainable universal literacy, enhancement of professional capability of teachers. Article 25A of the Constitution of Pakistan, state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children of age 5 to 16 years. SNC, single national curriculum, key indicators for education. Pakistan, the literacy rate is 60% almost, 71% urban and 52% rural. 1.5% of the GDP is only spent on education. Key objective improved governance, capacity enhancement, quality assurance, ensuring access and equity, industry ownership and public private partnership, skill development for international market, training in most demanded trades, inclusion of high-end technologies, updated demand-driven curriculum, quality assurance through accreditation regimes, strengthened industrial linkages, job placement centers, institutional capacity and infrastructure. Health. Good health is pivotal to mankind's well-being and happiness. That contributes significantly to prosperity and even economic progress. As healthy population is more productive, earn more income, and live longer. A balanced diet, good hygienic habits, staying in proper shelter, and getting enough sleep are basic requirements for healthy lifestyle. Good health and nutrition plays a pivotal role in socio-economic development of a country, whereas malnutrition and poor health are considered as barriers to socio-economic development. Human welfare directly depends on good health and is also one of the main correspondents that determine income levels. In present government, the present government is fully committed to provide improved health services to its citizens with special focus on upgrading, strengthening primary and secondary healthcare facilities in the country. Health infrastructure needs more investment in health sector, diagnostic facilities, disease surveillance, disease prevention, training healthcare professional, emergency rooms, and ICUs. Socioeconomic factors such as health, education, income, employment, etc., are closely interlinked with human development indicators. Role of military, a master or a servant. President Truman of USA sacked General MacArthur in 1951 for insubordination during Korean War. It is said that war is too important to be left to generals alone. Armed forces are not trained to take political decisions, and that military solutions are certainly not conducive to the settlement of internal or even international disputes. Final answers to problems is diplomatic or political. Unfortunately, the third world country's supremacy of civilian over military is not established. Zia and Musharraf have insisted on a constitutional role of military based on Turkish model. Rationale do not apply to Pakistan. Unlike Turkey, Pakistan was not a result of armed force struggle but a political struggle. Role played by army in 1993, forbidding Rangers from proclamation of emergency in Punjab. Kakar formula brokered between PM and President. Lateral entry giving post to retired generals. Top civilian officer taken from army. But the military wields more influence behind the scene in matters of foreign and defense policies. General Lahir openly conducted foreign policy. Initiation of Zarb-e-Azam in 2014. Analysis why military has monopolized political power. Number one, psychological factor behind the military dominance. Sense of superiority in their training. Military class sees politicians, bureaucrats, and judges as corrupt and military generals as are heroized and presented as messiahs. They think that they are more competent to rule the country. They have found Pakistan a soft state with weak political structure and disorganized civil society. Military has always found partners in political class, especially among feudals who lend support to usurpation of power. Islamic parties and judiciary also have supported them on many occasions. Military generals serving or retired held all key civilian posts and positions under Musharraf new phase of housing authorities. Number 5, Aisha Siddiqa in her book Military INC Inside Pakistan's Military Economy. Members of other elite groups of country accommodate military interests for mutual benefits. Military regimes have been source of power for most of the leaders, Bhuttos, Sharif and Chaudhries. Military establishment has grown into neo-colonial power. Military establishment has owned factories, agro-business, construction firms, banks, schools, hotels, real estate, mired in corruption but exempt from accountability. Pakistan has thus been colonized by its own military. Role of bureaucracy, master or servant. Since its birth, Pakistan has been governed by its bureaucratic military political elite. Over the years, civil bureaucracy has suffered a noticeable decline in its standards, tradition, and professionalism. It is now characterized by corruption and inefficiency. In 1972, British got Diwani of Bengal and Orissa and started revenue administration rule for appointment of employees. Fort William College and Training Institute, Haileybury College was closed down and new system of recruitment was put in place through competitive exams. On recommendation of Aitchison Commission in 1887, Indian Civil Service and Provincial Services were separated, Class 1 and Class 2 posts. After independence, it continued led to the entry into higher civilian political posts. Retired colonial character, it continued to be elitist, arrogant, and imperialistic. Bhutto's introduced a new package of administrative reforms in 1973. Change in structure of bureaucracy, change in law affecting bureaucracy, abolition of CSP PSP class. Lateral entity. Some of the reason for this failure. Number 1, lateral entry. Most taken on consideration of favoritism, safarish. Number 2, minister and inexperienced and corrupt and need advice of officers to accomplish their agendas. Honest bureaucrats are relegated to unimportant positions. Bureaucracy has suffered significant decline during the Musharraf regime. NPA headed by retired generals. Local body system has shaken the district administration. Police Order 272 removed checks of district administration over the police officers.